Welcome back. The doctor is in. Today I'm going to be talking about writing for BattleTech Technical Readout 3145 Free Worlds League. This was another entry in the TRO 3145 PDF series for BattleTech. After the Capellan Confederation portion of the project, which I covered in my previous video, there were, I believe, 2 that were solo author projects. So that left 3145 Free Worlds League being the next one that I had some material in. I requested, and again I found my old documents, and it looks like I requested 6 units to write in this book. I must have been feeling particularly ambitious. I only got 2 of the 6 I requested, but I did get a 3rd unit to write that I didn't request, so it was somewhat similar to the Capellan Confederation book. So let's just get right into it. One of the ones I requested was the Tang Ta APC. It's fairly straightforward. Now what you'll find is in a couple of the units that I wrote, if you look into the deployment section here, I reference the Victoria War. And the timing for this writing came just after I had written my chapter in Wars of the Republic era. I wrote the chapter on the Victoria War. So I was trying to link this product to what I had already written and use that to save me having to find battles and various units to write for the deployment and the notable units sections. So I was trying to find a little bit of that synergy between different products to make it easier on myself while still giving an interesting story in each unit. One of the things I did about the Tang Ta, if you look under the notable units, I didn't refer specifically to any individuals. I referred to individual tanks instead. That is, these are tanks that survived and were passed down. And I thought that was something that has been done occasionally. I think it'd be nice if there was more of that. So here I did 2 of them. That's one of these things that it's an interesting thing. It's like a sword being passed down from father to son to grandson. I think it's interesting. It's one of the interesting aspects of BattleTech, in which battle mechs and fighters are passed down for multiple generations within a family. So in this case, I wanted to highlight the units rather than the people that use the unit. The next unit I wrote was the Aquila. This is an aerospace fighter. So you'll notice I went from tanks right to fighters. I did not have any battle mechs in this book. I think it's the first TRO that I wrote for where I didn't have any mechs to write. Now in this one, again, I'm referring to the Victoria War, especially if you look under the notable units, under Lieutenant Colonel Ana Maria Melendez. I have her using the same fighter that her father used in the Victoria War. So again, I'm trying to use what I already wrote to support each other. And what I really want to highlight about this one is the second pilot, Captain James Owl Hammerhand. I have him as a member of Holt's Hilltoppers. When I created the mercenary unit for my home game campaign, the first pilot that I created was named Hammerhand. So this is that pilot's descendant, a few generations down the line. And while nothing's said about how he got a Free Worlds League fighter, I like to leave things undetermined so that they can be filled in later if anybody wants to. So either they stole it, they bought it, maybe on the black market. It's the sort of thing that I like to leave open for either myself or other writers to do as might fit a given product later down the line. And the other unit that I wrote in this one is the Caerleon. This is a small craft. So small crafts fill in a gap between aerospace fighters, which top out at 100 tons, and drop ships. So this is they're kind of like a mid-range between there. They are less heavily armed and armored than dropships. They also lack the cargo capacity of dropships, but they are more maneuverable, more nimble than dropships, so they're closer to fighters in that respect. They're just kind of an intermediate unit type. They don't really get a whole lot of airtime. BattleTech, let's face it, it's about mechs, and I'm cool with that, but fighters and the space combat arm play a part. A lot of people do love the aerospace game, so this is one of the units that can help support them. And in this particular write-up for notable units, I again wrote 2 separate instances of the unit itself rather than specific crews or captains or formations. I think because I didn't have battle mechs, I think I was a little motivated to highlight the longevity of some of these, especially dropships, which can last centuries. So in this case, I have one, the Phantom, and then I have one that's the Chatelaine. Phantom, of course, is just what people refer to it as. It's not necessarily the name of the ship itself, because its name and affiliation are unknown. There's a lot of mysteries in BattleTech, and it's always fun to try to throw one in there on your own. And again, I want to point out that if you look under deployment, that I again reference the Victoria War. So again, I'm just leveraging everything I already had done in order to streamline and link products, so that maybe if somebody's reading this and they had not gotten Wars of the Victoria era, maybe seeing all these references to the Victoria War, Wars of the Republic era, maybe seeing these references to the Victoria War will motivate them to get the other book to see, well, maybe I can see more detail of what happened there. So that is really all I have to say about TRO 3145 Free Worlds League. Since I only had 3 units, and instead of focusing on the units, I think I focused a little bit more on the approach I took with this one. And before I let you go, I just want to say once again, my newest book, Cats of War 2, it's out. You can get it exclusively at Amazon. You can get it in paperback. You can get it for Kindle. And if you have Kindle Unlimited, it's free to read. This is 4 original tales of military fantasy and military science fiction with a feline twist. I hope you'll give it a look. And if you do, please let me know what you think. Maybe leave a review on Amazon. That's all I've got for you today. The Doctor is out.